Hey guys, welcome to the channel. My name's Jeff, and we're going to be talking about taking these seats apart on this boat. So, hope you enjoy. I'm not a professional. This is for documentation purposes, but I hope you enjoy it, and we're going to get right into it. Let's go. Okay, so here we've got the seats pulled out. These are the bases of the seats. Slide so the seats can separate. These are going to have to be replaced. We've got these, which hinge the seats so they can lay down, but they've snapped off. So they're actually separated now. Hard to see that, but they are separated. Both of those have come off. They're loose. They should be attached, so we'll have to replace those. These guys. Have to find a replacement for these probably. All this upholstery will be redone. Again, that's upside down right now. No, it's not. It's not upside down. It's right side up. It was upside down. And then I flipped them over. All right, so we're gonna get these. All this is gonna be redone. It's gonna look great, but this is the shape it's in now. So I'm just trying to get configuration now with the hinges. I'm gonna take measurements of that, make sure we get the right sizes. All this some of this hardware might be able to be reused. Pop all those stitches off, all the staples. Might do something with that wood, sand it down, treat it, something. These seats will come back to life eventually. So these ended up being a 7/16, and what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna go ahead and take these off so I can separate all the different seat pieces. It'll be pretty easy to figure out which way they're supposed to go back together in the end, but for now, I think the main idea is to create more space, because this stuff is taking up room in this room. I guess that's what a room is for, isn't it? Make room for more projects. But anyway, I'm going to take these off and just get a little more organized here, see what I'm really up against. Alright, so not real long, doesn't take much, pretty simple, straightforward, and in focus. Excellent, there we go. So it's a 7/16 inch hex head, about say 3/4 inch long, with just a flat washer. I might opt for a lock washer when I rebuild it. I'll come on, see how that's snapped off right there. That's supposed to be square with this piece here, and it's just separated off of there, so definite replacement on that. And those staples came out pretty easily with just a screwdriver. I feel like there's a little bit of glue or maybe just some water adhesion. Getting that off of there. And then just a couple other staples here to pull off, and just real, oh, sorry about that. Just real easy. They just kind of pop out of there real quick. Didn't take much effort. That was one-handed. That was left-handed. I'm a righty, so we've got our first bit of progress on this project boat. It's not really a project boat. It's more of like a hobby than anything. But I'm loving it so far. You're redoing all these upholsteries. Here's some rear seats that sit on the back. I think we're gonna redesign these and form them a little bit better than just a flat piece there. Have a little bit of contouring, and I'll show you where those go on the boat when it's daylight. But yeah. And so when I got the boat from my dad, he said that when he first bought this thing, he took it down the road and these seats came flying out of there, and ever since he had it, from way back in mid-90s, I think that seat has always looked like that. So we're gonna make these things look a lot better. See what kind of condition that foam is in, but with this opening, I doubt we're gonna reuse what's in there. I've got some really good stuff here that I think we might use some of that. And we'll be using a lot of that, actually, apparently. So looking forward to that. I'm gonna take the rest of these things apart. Now I want to say before I take these all the way apart, just to document, they have this piece of vinyl that's going across the hinge of the seats. And it's just a single piece sitting in between this frame and the hinge. And it's just one piece of vinyl there that is separating the wood from the metal, probably just to protect the wood and to create more of a soft seam right there on the exterior side. So I'm going to keep that in mind when we go to put it back together. And then here, here's the orientation. Let's show you this. So this is actually the back rest of the seat. So they're back to back. One would be facing the front of the boat, other than the back of the boat. So this is the back rest, and this is the hinge for those, so it can lay down when you go to get a suntan or whatever. And I wanted to document this, that on that hinge, this one is actually still whole. The other ones had more of a box shape that gave it a little bit more of a chance to break, but this is flat. But they have that vinyl pulled around all those sharp edges, and when we go to reassemble and reupholster, we want to make sure that we're protecting these moving sections, edges, from that metal surface, and then we're protecting it with this fold over is what they've done there. So we might consider doing that also. And also inside there, another little piece of protective foam to protect the vinyl itself. So to protect the protection is what that was. So we'll want to keep that in mind. So on the back side of that protective foam went across the entire length of that hinge on the back side. So it folds up like this, but between this and that vinyl here, they have that extra bit of protective foam. I assume that it was in place just to protect this side of that moving hinge over time, just to protect the vinyl from tearing or getting eaten up as it was used. And that allows us to have the hinged seat in 4 different pieces. So what once was this, you can see it put together. This would come apart, so you could lay another. I don't have a lot of room in this area, but it would come out, and then the whole thing would lay flat. And so essentially what I've done is taken that and turned it into separate separate pieces. And all that's going to be reupholstered. And I'm still debating on what I want to do because one of these was originally the captain's seat, and I think what I'm thinking about doing is designing and basically manufacturing a captain's chair of my own just from scratch, and designing it and building it, and maybe doing something else different behind the captain's chair where it could maybe be a bench or something a little bit more comfortable for the riders, or even, you know, more space, more leg room. I'm not sure yet, but we are far from being at that point. For now, I'm just going to get these in pieces, ready for reupholstery, and we'll go from there. So we're looking forward to some more work. Can't wait. And I know I didn't have any really good shots of this before it came out of the boat, but essentially these were just sitting on these and were attached here with 3 bolts, and this is what it would pivot on, and so this would be the center of them where they would fold out. I didn't get any good shots of them in there beforehand, but you can kind of see where they would sit and fold out. These racks here are not in great shape, but maybe completely replaced by the end. I'm not sure yet. We're gonna find out as we go. But I did want to show you what these hinges are supposed to look like when they're whole. So one side or the back would be here. This would be the bottom seat, and so this is how they would hinge, and then the whole thing hinges in the middle here to lay flat, and on the other side the same. So just wanted to document that, and hopefully we can get these things working again. All right, so I'm no rocket scientist, and by no means am I a professional, but the disassembly was a success on the seats. Pretty straightforward if you've ever used a good socket set before in your life. Yeah, everything went off without a hitch. No pun intended. But yeah, step 1 of the rebuild is complete. We will be working on learning more about upholstery. Like I said, I'm no professional, but I'm learning a lot. I'll try to keep you guys updated on the different professional rebuilders or reupholsterers, and we'll be doing some gel coat later. But I've learned a lot by watching these guys, and I want to give kudos to them for helping me out, and hopefully they can help you out too. My videos are just for documentation purposes, but I really hope you enjoy them. My name is Jeff. You can call me Captain DIY, I don't care. But yeah, we're having fun so far. Can't wait to get dirty, man. I love it. See you guys.